Baseball is more than just America's pastime. It's a business, one that generates billions of dollars in revenue every year. But when October rolls around and the MLB playoffs take center stage, the financial dynamics of the game shift. Beyond the glory of competing for the World Series title, there's another powerful incentive for players: playoff bonuses. These bonuses, distributed to players based on a pool derived from postseason revenue, can significantly boost individual earnings and affect team budgets. Today we'll explore the economic power of MLB playoff bonuses, how they're distributed, and the impact they have on team finances. How playoff bonuses work unlike regular season salaries, which are set in contracts and paid by the team. Playoff bonuses are funded through a pool of money generated by postseason revenue. This revenue primarily comes from gate receipts from playoff games, making ticket sales a crucial factor in how much money goes into the bonus pool. The MLB allocates a percentage of these gate receipts to create a postseason bonus pool, which is then distributed among the teams that make it to the playoffs. The further a team advances, the larger the share of the pool it receives. For example, the team that wins the World Series receives the largest portion of the pool, while teams that lose in the early rounds receive smaller shares. In 2022, the total postseason bonus pool exceeded $90 million, with the Houston Astros, the World Series champions, receiving the largest share. This pool is divided not only among players, but also among coaches, trainers, and other key staff members who contribute to the team's success throughout the season. Impact on players' earnings. For many players, especially those not on massive multi-million-dollar contracts, playoff bonuses can represent a significant portion of their annual earnings. Players on minimum contracts or those early in their careers can see their income increase substantially during a deep postseason run. To put this into perspective, consider the 2022 postseason. Players on the World Series winning team received bonuses of over $500,000 each. For a player earning the league minimum salary of around $700,000, this bonus can represent a massive financial boost, increasing their annual income by nearly 75%. Even for mid-tier players earning between $2 million to $5 million per year, these bonuses can add a meaningful extra chunk to their overall earnings. It's important to note that playoff bonuses are not guaranteed, and players must make it to the postseason to receive them. This adds another layer of incentive for players and teams to push for playoff spots, knowing that both individual and collective financial rewards are at stake. Team distribution: how teams decide who gets what. While the MLB sets the overall playoff pool distribution, how individual teams allocate the money within their own organization can vary. Typically, the players on the 40-man roster, including injured players, receive the majority of the pool. But teams also vote on how to distribute shares among other personnel. This process of divvying up the shares is democratic, with players voting on who gets what share. For example, a backup player who contributed minimally throughout the season may receive a smaller share than a key starter. But teams often reward non-player staff members, such as coaches, trainers, and clubhouse attendants, with partial or full shares as well. This ensures that everyone who contributed to the team's success gets a piece of the pie. The voting process can also include decisions on how to distribute shares to players who were traded mid-season or spent only part of the year with the team. Some teams are more generous, giving full shares to as many individuals as possible, while others may distribute partial shares more conservatively. This internal decision-making process can sometimes lead to tension within a team, but it's an essential part of the financial aspect of postseason success. Economic impacts on team budgets. While players stand to benefit significantly from postseason bonuses, the financial dynamics for teams are slightly different. Unlike player salaries, which are accounted for in team budgets, playoff bonuses are primarily funded by the league's bonus pool. This means that teams don't directly pay these bonuses out of their own pocket. However, deep playoff runs can still have significant economic implications for team budgets in other ways. First, postseason success can drive a surge in ticket sales, merchandise, and local sponsorships. Teams that advance deep into the playoffs typically see a spike in attendance for home playoff games, which, in turn, boosts revenue from ticket sales, concessions, and merchandise. A team that hosts multiple playoff games can generate millions of dollars in additional revenue, which helps offset some of the financial costs associated with team operations. Moreover, a deep playoff run can also enhance a team's brand value and marketability. Teams that consistently make it to the postseason are more attractive to sponsors, and their games are often broadcast nationally, generating additional revenue from TV deals. This long-term brand value can lead to larger sponsorship deals, higher merchandise sales, and increased fan loyalty, all of which positively impact the team's financial health. However, there's also a cost to playoff success. Teams that consistently reach the postseason are often incentivized to spend more on player salaries, either by re-signing key players or by acquiring talent in free agency. As a result, teams may see their payroll increase as they attempt to maintain a competitive roster. This can put pressure on smaller market teams with tighter budgets, as they may struggle to balance the desire for postseason success with financial constraints. Luxury tax and playoff success. For teams that consistently make deep playoff runs, there's another financial consideration: the luxury tax. Major League Baseball has a luxury tax system that penalizes teams for exceeding a certain payroll threshold. Teams that go over this threshold must pay a percentage of their excess payroll as a luxury tax, which is then redistributed to smaller market teams. Teams like the Los Angeles Dodgers and New York Yankees, which have massive payrolls and often exceed the luxury tax threshold, are willing to pay these penalties in exchange for the potential financial rewards of postseason success. These large market teams have the financial flexibility to absorb the luxury tax, knowing that deep playoff runs will generate enough revenue to offset the penalties. Smaller market teams, on the other hand, may be more cautious about exceeding the luxury tax threshold, as they lack the same financial safety net. For these teams, the decision to invest in player salaries in pursuit of a playoff run is more complex, as the financial risks are higher. Postseason revenue, a lifeline for small market teams. While large market teams often dominate the headlines, it's important to remember that postseason success can be a financial lifeline for small market teams. For teams with limited regular season revenue, a deep playoff run can provide a much-needed boost to their financial health. Teams like the Oakland Athletics and Tampa Bay Rays, which operate on smaller budgets, rely heavily on the revenue generated by postseason appearances. For these teams, even a brief playoff run can provide millions of dollars in additional revenue, helping to offset the financial challenges of competing in a league dominated by larger market teams. For small market teams, the playoff bonus pool can also serve as an important incentive for players. Knowing that a deep postseason run can result in significant bonuses, players may be more motivated to push for playoff spots, even if their regular season salaries are relatively modest compared to their large market counterparts. MLB playoff bonuses are more than just extra cash for players. They're a powerful economic tool that can shape team dynamics, influence financial decisions, and impact the long-term health of a franchise. From individual player earnings to team budgets, the financial rewards of postseason success are vast and varied. As the playoff landscape continues to evolve, so too does the economic power of playoff bonuses in Major League Baseball. What do you think? Should MLB reconsider how playoff bonuses are distributed? How do you think small market teams can better capitalize on the financial benefits of postseason success? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights into the business of sports.